Hello everyone, this is Anna and today we are going to talk about ADHD. So how the ADHD affects to children and how we can help them through music. The main viewers I want in here, of course, is for everyone, but the main ones it's teachers, future teachers, parents, or any person who is involved in children education. So first of all, we are going to know more about what really is ADHD. And the initials of this abbreviature is Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. So we can know that ADHD is a mental disorder that is mostly diagnosed during childhood and persists into adulthood, and the most obvious symptoms are lack of concentration, attention, impulsive behavior, and sometimes hyperactivity. Sometimes it's really difficult to detect ADHD, especially because there are children who seem to suffer from these symptoms, as when children are young or little, normally sometimes they are disorganized or they want to move around all the time, but it's because they are little and they don't know how to control these aspects. But as they grow up and they get mature, they know how to control it. So the first objective of this video is to let you know exactly how is this disorder and how can it be detected, and to explain how it affects our brain. Also, we also want to make know the most appropriate treatments, and one of them is music therapy, and we want to let you know how to use music to help them. So, as I said before, the four main symptoms that ADHD children has is lack of concentration and lack of attention, so not being able to focus in just one thing and being distracted for anything that happens in our environment. Also, having an impulse behavior, so just do the thing that comes to our brain. And the fourth is being hyperactivity, so want to moving around all the time, not being sit down, or don't being able to just do one thing. If we see that our children has these four symptoms in a period of time, we should being aware that maybe has ADHD, so we have to talk with professionals. Normally, in general, ADHD affects between 5 and 3% of children, and normally are boys with more ratio than girls. So for 4 boys, we have 1 girl with ADHD. There are several treatment options for ADHD treatment, but the most effective for children over 6 years old, more or less, according to American Association of Pediatrics, are pharmacology and behavioral therapy. That inside this one is music therapy. So for all of you that doesn't know who it really is music therapy, we are going to give you the definition of music therapy by the Federación Mundial de Musicoterapia, that define music therapy as the use of music or music elements as sound, rhythm, melody, harmony by a qualified music therapist with a passion of group or passions to facilitate, to promote communication, interrelation, learning skills, expression, organization, and these things that for ADHD persons are maybe more difficult than from others. Okay, now I will explain you which parts of our brain are affected by ADHD and how music interacts with these parts. So first of all, the first part is the frontal lobe, which is located behind our forehead, and it controls organization, concentration, decision-making, and attention. So therefore, the development and maturation of this part of our brain is slower in people with the ADHD, so we are going to have difficulties to control our organization and everything. The other part that is affected is the limbic system, which is involved in process of motivation and attention to different stimulus that we have in our environment. So going to the main point, that is knowing how music interacts with these parts, first of all, I want to explain the frontal lobe. So when we do the improvisation of different melodies or rhythms, we are developing creativity and imagination. So music therapy is helping in this part. Then related with feelings, music also helps to produce feelings and emotions, so increasing each person's ability to control their emotions. As we know, when we listen to music, the specific melody or rhythm makes us feel something. So it's a way for children to express themselves, and also it's a way to control their impulsive behavior. Another aspect that we have to be aware of is one of the mistakes that we should not fall into, and is the whisper habit of doing an activity with music in the background. Because we believe that this is in favor of relaxation, being calm, but it's not advisable in hyperactive children because they have difficulties in knowing where to direct their attention, and the music would act disorienting them to the focalization. So they would never know if they have to being focused on the activity or being focused on the melody and the music. Now I will explain you 3 strategies that we can take in our classrooms, with our children, in any environment that involves them. The first one is playing with music with different rhythms and melodies, so children can control themselves. If the music is more slow, they have to control these motor skills and being slower. If the music is more fast, they have to run around the class so they can control which activities have to do related with the song. For example, laying down, being around, and or for example, also we can play music that make them learn how to breathe and in a rhythmic way. The second strategy is playing an instrument. This activity is very helpful for hyperactive children who are beginning with an instrument because they learn how to be organized, because they have to follow step by step, and also makes them feel that they are able to do a thing, so it's really helpful for them. And the third strategy that I want to explain to you is a really important one that is related with music, and is dance therapy. Dance therapy is useful to control mobility, harmonize movements, and improve social behavior, with the aim that the child performs correct a well-defined trajectory and does not invite those other peers. And a little advice that I want to give to you is that maybe in this activity you can paint on the floor the dance lines that participants must follow, so this helps them in their mental structure. This activity also involves the effort of having to maintain focusing on several stimulus, on different dance steps, to perform in trajectories, so it's really helpful for them because it structures them a lot. And that's all. The video came to the end, and I hope that this information is going to be useful for you and you can help all your ADHD children with music. There are several activities that you can do, and I think that this is gonna help them a lot. So as music is a good treatment for ADHD, I hope that you use it.